Hey, favored ones, welcome back to another collective reading. Happy full moon. Come on in and take a seat at the round table. And of course, you know it. You can definitely throw a couple of coins into the wishing well. A train horn went off just as I was saying that, and that makes me feel like something is being delivered. Something is going to come into the station for you. Some of you may be going into the station, whether it's recording or going into the studio. Some of you might have reached your destination and are at the train station. Some of you may be traveling at this time. So before I keep getting into more of the downloads and intuitive nudges, for any of those who are returning, welcome, favored ones. And for anyone who is new, hello, friends, and thank you for being here and joining us. Over here on our side of YouTube, on my channel, we do something here called Welcoming Utopia or Welcoming in Utopia. As many spiritual channels have meditation or some sort of cleansing of the energies at the beginning of their readings. Some do sound clearing, some do smoke clearing. This is my way. Of course, I do other cleansings of the space, but this is my one way to get us all connected together and in the same energy for the collective, is by welcoming in your personal utopia what you would feel in an inclusive world where everyone gets their fresh water, somewhere to sleep, whatever would make you feel like this is your personal utopia. What would that look like? What would it feel like? So yeah, well, if you need to take a moment to pause to get into that energy, understandable, and we'll get into it because I know you all love the downloads that I tell as much as the readings, and I appreciate that because me channeling messages and getting downloads when I'm off screen is super cool because of the synchronicity, really. And I know that cards are just like the extension and confirmation of already knowing. So the fact that you enjoy these two is just, it tickles me and it tickles my happy. So I have here a few things that I wanted to, that I wrote down, and there's a lot of different messages all over the place. So may this come through in the most clear, clear and concise way possible. So I had boomerang energy. People are finally seeing you for the star you are and regret sleeping on you. Some of you, this is sleeping on yourself as well. So the boomerang energy I was feeling is that you're starting to have more control over the energies that you're admitting out, and like the law of attraction, the law of assumption, like with that energy, you're starting to notice what energies are being brought back to you and why that lesson is being brought back around. You may notice that people are starting to maybe testing your boundaries more often, and you're like, okay, is there something within me that is emitting that out into the universe and it's reflecting that back to me? You're starting to take self-accountability, like, how did I end up in these situations? Could I have communicated better? Or is this a lack mindset? You're starting to realize cycles that are coming around and putting a stop to them. Yeah, you're getting out of that boomerang energy, the negative cycle, but you're also recognizing how quick that kindness and good deed is coming back to you. You may notice you compliment someone one day and then the very next day you get a compliment from someone else. Or even the person you give a compliment to, the universe is like instantly giving it back to you by that person being like, wow, I really like your style too. So you're really using it with your discernment and having, for with great power comes great responsibility, and you're starting to take that responsibility over the power of transmuting energies. So yeah, some people are sleeping on you as well. Some of you, that's yourself. That's self-explanatory. Not too much to go deep in there. For those people who slept on you, like, it's up to you whether or not you want to allow them into your lives now. It's okay if you want to stay to yourself, and those who have established a relationship with you and a rapport. You know, for anyone who feels bad that they slept on you, then they still have to go through the process of building a rapport, becoming, you know, being a friend. You can't just be friend status without acting as if, well, not acting, because you don't want people to act, you want people to be who they are. So yeah, if they're just acting like a friend now, then that's fake friend. So making sure that you're using discernment with, maybe it's just that they are very shy about getting to know people too. So make sure that you're not being too hard on yourself or others as you welcome in more people within this new stage you're in. Recognizing the way people had treated you in the past and calling, you know, people out on their bullshit and being like, I'm not going to accept this. Please leave that at someone else's door because I'm not accepting it. Your inner child is starting to trust you more now that you are enforcing your boundaries, standing on business. Like, so if you say that you're going to, you know, listening to your body, some of you, when you were younger, you may have a bad relationship with food from the way that you were raised. Trigger warning for anyone who has ED. But you're starting to listen to your body and what it needs, and knowing that food is fuel and fed is best. But that's not the only thing you're standing on business. When you say that you're going to get something done, you get it done. And sometimes you get it done faster than people were expecting you to. Though that's not on, it wasn't their timeline, it was yours. And I feel like you're very proud of yourself for making a 5-year plan into a 1-year plan. And for some of you, you really had to sit with yourself for a while and you're not sure what to do because things changed so rapidly that you were like, okay, well, this isn't in my 5-year plan. Like, none of this was in my 5-year plan. And now I'm at the spot where I should have been 5 years from now. What am I going to do? And you sat with yourself. You made sure that you weren't having any outside distractions, good or negative. Not that I want to call your friends a distraction, but it is a beautiful distraction to just lose yourself into other people's lives and what's going on around you, than to buckle down and know what your dream is and get working towards your achievements. So standing on business, enforcing your boundaries, knowing who is meant for you and who is not, who is compatible. It doesn't have to be toxic. It doesn't have to be that they're bad people. It just might be that you're not compatible, and or maybe they're just meant to be networking friends and not everyday life friends. And that's okay too. Everyone has a role that they had originally agreed to before incarnating here. So expecting everyone to have a deep bond with you is unreasonable, as there is some people who are just to be guest stars for that season, or just a guest star for one episode, and then they move on with their own story. It's also that you're detoxing completely or from overindulgence. This is from trigger warning. This is anything from consuming hard drugs to social media, and even being addicted to certain energies. You are no longer self-sabotaging, in turn removing yourself from self-fulfilling prophecies. Like, you're no longer self-sabotaging and causing yourself self-fulfilling prophecies. you're like, this isn't going to work out for me, and then, you know, always showing up late, not putting in any effort because, you know why? Because you're not going to get to stay there long. Never really giving yourself a chance. I feel, you know, I think that you never really gave yourself a chance, and I feel like you're finally giving yourself a chance. Some of you are giving yourself a good, hard college try chance at life. Whether it's trying to, you know, talk to yourself better, trying to see what ways you may have old toxic tendencies from an old relationship that you've brought over into this one that you may have not healed yet, and you're taking accountability and removing that in a situation with healthy, going to therapy and getting help for that inner child that's still scared, and it's starting to trust you more because you are doing those things. Before, you may have filled yourself with empty promises and self-fulfilling prophecies of things that were going to go bad, and now you're starting to say, what if it goes good? Like, what if everything goes right? You're starting to, your inner child's starting to trust you more because you're starting to feed that, if, you know, dreams and goals and kindness. Some of you may thrive in chaos, because I had order in the chaos getting stuck in my head. Some of you may have order in the court. You may be going through a court situation. But I do feel like order in the chaos. Some of you might like Sherlock Holmes. Some of you may be a private investigator or really like problem solving. Some of you might like puzzles. Some of you might like going to those escape rooms in order to build team. Some of you may be in HR and do team building exercises, or you could be in a community where you are doing team building exercises. Order and chaos. So a lot of people are ordering your products for delivery because it's like orders coming in chaos, so you can be overbooked at this time. And you work well under pressure. That's what I had written here for as well for the order and the chaos downloads. Also remember, this is a general reading, so it may not all apply to you, and that's perfectly fine. You are welcome to listen to other videos, or you can listen just because you enjoy hanging out with me and my, you know, my calming presence. I enjoy you being here regardless. So, here we are. Some of you may feel where you, some of you may be feeling like you're not quite spiritual enough or normie enough. And I want to let you know, neither of those things exist. There's no such thing as normal, and there's no such thing as needing to be spiritual enough, because we are all on our own journey. And spirit doesn't care what stage of your journey it is. To spirit, to the creator, to the universe, you are spiritual enough. You are normal. Actually, being different is actually the norm. So, you know, being different is actually normal, because it's the only thing consistently between all of us is that we are all unique. That's the only normalcy that we have. Neither of those things exist. So I feel heavy transformational period energy. Some of you may be having your period at this time. You may be psyched up with the full moon, or looking into different cycles and what that means for you creatively with your cycle. It was showing me at the time a final stage where the baby chick fights its way out into the spotlight, taking up space, and I feel it will be I feel like that's what you are, is in that transformational heavy period, and you're like trying to squeeze your way out and like peck with your little beak to see the light at the end of the tunnel. And I feel like once you have emerged, it will be received in a warm welcome. Some of you may be feeling like it's too late to join in on something, and Spirit wants to remind you that all that you desire already desires you, and anything that's meant for you will not pass you by. And sometimes things have to unfold naturally, just much like a flower blooming one petal at a time until it fully emerges. I'm getting Thumbelina energy, so some of you may be adopting or have a surrogate, or you do surrogate messages for other people during regressions, or through channeling from the fairy realm for your kids. Because I'm getting with that image, I got Thumbelina. There was also a good witch who gave her that flower to bloom. So some of you may be herbologists and do holistic healing. Some of you could have been in the actual, like, the nursing field and moved over to more holistics, or just another field in total. That's just extra confirmations that this is your reading, and that the message of all that you desire already desires you. That pay-through's coming through. I feel someone in my collective is waiting on permanence for your finances. There may be a few of you even. Spirit wants me to confirm that it's coming in, whether you are waiting on government assistance, more clients, making it through probation, whether that's work or case related. I'm not here to judge. Some of you might be waiting on judgment as well. I want to let everyone know that is waiting on government assistance. I know it's not, or any of the other things as well. It's not easy advocating for yourself. I had to advocate for myself for permanent assistance, government assistance, and it was 4 years of multiple testings of MRIs, blood tests, x-rays, psychology, spine specialist, and neurologist. So I understand the feeling of having to surrender to the flow of the universe unfolding, and I'm letting you know now that the universe rewards patience and kindness, like immensely so. And I will be sprinkling some magic over your way, and ask Mr. Anubanubi and Hades to send some luck and abundance your way. And of course, Raphael, Archangel Raphael, to heal your heart and your ailments as well. Because I feel like if you're needing those assistance, then it cannot be easy on you either. So may you have mental and physical wellness and spiritual wellness. May you have all the wellness that you deserve. Okay. I keep purring for some reason. Some of you may be using, may have your animals. I guess. Oh, it's so loud. It's so loud. Some of you may get ringing in your ears or tickles from your spirit speaking with you. Okay, I don't speak that frequency. Can you give me a message? Because all you're giving me is purrs and tingle message. What's the message? Massage therapy, reflexology. Some of you may be creating a new type of healing field that covers animals, healing animals, being a veterinarian, or being a special type of spiritualist who does Reiki or who does Reiki or massage healing on animals. That may not be for everyone. Some of you just the massage therapy, or your pets enjoy helping you when you have clients over, or really help healing you at this time. You may notice that your pets are trying to be closer to you at this time, and their purring is causing healing within your body because they purr at a certain frequency. So that may be a suggestion. If you don't have any cats, you may want to look up on Google. I forget what the frequency level is, but there's some sort of hertz level, H-E-R-T-Z, hertz level, where the frequency is a cat purring, and it is a frequency of healing. Some of you might have Lyran, Starseeds family that's trying to give you messages. That could also be the very high frequency and purring coming through as well. Orion is coming through as well, and it tickles. I don't know if any of you, the rest of you, get tickles when it tickles when spirit tries to talk to you from the frequency. It just feels so warm. Sometimes it's like really tingly, and it like I have to ask them to turn it down. But I did ask them to turn it down, and this time it's like so tiny. It's like tickles. Some of you may be ticklish. Or some of you are respectful to not like tickle like babies or animals. A lot of you may be very strict about consent and teaching your children, and will stick up for your pets in regards to boundaries and consent. So if your pets don't like being picked up, then you're letting people know, don't pick up my cat. Don't do that. Like, it doesn't like it. Don't treat it that way. You are very vocal about advocating for what your kid and what your animals do not like. And I feel like you'll step in and talk for other people, even if they're not your own kids and animals, if you notice that, like, they're being mistreated or something, you'll speak out. You're not the one to, like, hold your tongue, is what spirit's coming through as. And your spirit team and your Starseed family really look up to that and admire that warrior energy towards injustice. I picked out Sunstone for today. Let's see if you can. Oh yeah, that's a good one. It's so shiny. Dinglies. So there we go. It's for brightening mood and bringing spiritual worth. It's supposed to bring spiritual warmth. Some of you may be feeling like you're not worthy at this time, which is also what it's used for, is for helping balance those seasonal affective disorder. I think that's everything I wrote down. Yeah, no, that's everything. So yeah, it's for seasonal affective disorder. So you may be going through that at this time, and you're just being kind to yourself while you brighten your mood and begin to feel your motivation again as the days are beginning to get longer. And taking your medication as well, drinking extra water. I'm gonna roll dice, see what numbers. What? Woo! Ew! 222. Yeah, so that's cool. Life path number 6. With it all together, you could be seeing 222 a lot. It literally was following me and my friend, like literally everywhere. We would be sending it back and forth to each other, being like, "I saw it again." So a lot of you may get excited and send your friends messages when you see numerology times. You're like, "It's angel number. It's number 444. I'm gonna message my one friend." Or you have numerology that you have little personal messages for yourself. 1010 is just because of like my birth year, and also reminds me of Archangel Gabriel, and it also, with my first name and last name put together, equals 10. So well, first name and first initial of my last name, of course. Either way, I really feel like twos are really big for you at this time, because you are finding duality within yourself and without, so within, so without, as above, so below, do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. You are doing the hokey pokey and turning that ship around and sailing straight in past the storm and out to the other side. You're like, you want to know what? The storm has been chasing me forever. I don't care anymore. I'm going to face the storm. I'm going to brave the storm. I'm going to conquer it, and I will be a better sailor for it. So yeah, 222. Some of you this may be a duality, is getting a counterpart. You may be getting a counterpart at this time, or you're healing your heart from a breakup. For those who are already in a relationship, you're deepening that love and that connection. For those who are asexual, this means you're deepening the love with yourself, finding a partnership for work, finding a partnership like a companion who understands and wants to live that kind of lifestyle with you. There might be someone who just isn't for it, and neither are you. I'm trying not to say it, but like if you're asexual and that's just not how, the way you work, I'm feeling that someone's going to be understanding. Or if you're transitioning, I feel like your partner's going to be very understanding and involved and supportive as you go through these changes into affirming yourself. Yeah, with this full moon, I really feel that the animals are going to be going buck wild. You may be noticing that they're singing a lot. I feel like a lot of you may be starting a new instrument as well. Because I was going to say they're howling and singing. Like a lot of your cats and dogs might be howling and singing and wanting to be more vocal. I feel like some of you may want to be more vocal. Some of you are learning how to be more assertive, taking assertive classes. There is down below in the resources from my therapist when I took therapy before I graduated. It's listed below. There's Toastmasters. I'm not sure if it's free to join for that. Still or not, but you can definitely look into it. As posted below as well, which will teach you anything from going on stage and giving a speech from in front of the class to all the way up and doing like the big heavy debates for like for school and stuff like that. Going up on stage and giving a speech in front of a whole bunch of people as well. You can learn how to do that. Some of you are, I hearing about, may have a Valentine's Day styled show coming up with the Two of Hearts. I know that the commercialized version of Valentine's Day is coming up. It's not my thing, but I know that a lot of people enjoy it, so I am not a hater. I love love. So So yeah, a lot of you may be having plans or have a show coming up where you're going to be singing during that time, or being more vocal about what you want when it comes to your romances. When and the next time that it comes around, you're going to be more vocal. You're not going to um, you're not going to settle. I think your love of traveling is coming out too, with the heart, and there's the turtle on here. So love of travel, but lots of duality. Um, Being a partner, being a parent, being a partner, and then being an intimate partner. Um, work and play. Uh, Give and take. You're learning when to cut yourself some slack. You know when to um, be hard on yourself. You're knowing when to rest and take days off. And you're also knowing when it's time to, hit the pavement running and keep going. You're really learning that. You're learning that you're learning how to be dual. How do I want to tell this, spirit? Because I can see it clearly in a vision. Thanks, downloads. Um, I love and trust all of that my information is coming out beautifully. Um, you're learning how to look back on things you've done in the past with more compassion, whereas before you can also look back on your past and know, like, hey, that was pretty cringe, but you can also be like, I didn't know any better at the time, I know better now, and I changed accordingly. That deserves props. So you're learning how to take accountability and show yourself compassion. I also feel like you're balancing between your softness and your dark feminine. Learning how to, for those who are switches, you're learning how to be a sub and a dom. Duality between being soft and, when to pull away and when to pull them closer. Um, yeah, tantra and tantric healing. A lot of you may be learning that, uh, the difference between, um, how do I say this? Trigger warning. The difference between um, making love and the difference between being attacked. For anyone who is trying to learn to teach their body the difference, because sometimes the body will react uh, regardless of how safe we are in a situation. A lot of you are learning how to bring your soul back into your body, and that's how your inner child is trusting you. I didn't actually get to any cards today, but this is as long as I planned on having the reading, so I hope you really enjoyed all of the messages that I had for you today. Let me know if you would like more readings like this. Remember to eat, hydrate, and have fun. And remember to, do your best. Bye.